So I was thinking about the troubling amount of reverence I see a lot of people have for ancient wisdom sort of things. For whatever the hell the reason is, human beings, Homo sapiens, seems to have this deep and solid respect for ancient wisdom sort of things. I'm obviously not talking about those ancient things that one could prove are legit with reason and evidence. I'm talking about using the very state of being ancient as the reason and evidence for why one respects them. Why do people do that? I cannot be the only one who's bothered by it. Now, others may stop at just hating it, but not you and I. You and I love an intellectual puzzle, no matter how confusing. And as that trait kept me thinking about it, I think I stumbled on a good reason for why people are that way. To understand exactly what's going on, let me first share a mind-bending research published by Victoria Hona and Andrew Whiten in 2005. So for the research, they got a bunch of kids and some young chimps to watch a demonstrator use a stick to get a reward out of a puzzle box. There were two variations of the puzzle box. One was opaque, so you couldn't see what's inside. So nobody could see how the demonstrator's steps led to the final treats. The other was transparent, and it let everyone see that the steps performed by the demonstrator are mostly useless and they can just go to the final step and get their treat that way. They tested both the human and chimp kids with the opaque one first. Both the human and chimp kids mostly followed all the needless steps made by the demonstrator to get their treat. So far, so good. Then, they tested the chimp kids with the transparent puzzle box, and understandably, now that they could clearly see what's going on, the chimp kids mostly ignored all the needless steps and jumped straight to the final step of getting to their treat. So the expectation was that the human kids would obviously do the same, but they didn't. The human kids mostly still chose to follow the useless steps despite seeing clearly how they are useless steps. Now further studies with variation have been done since then to validate these results. It is indeed true, no matter how counterintuitive, the humans in the experiment always act stupid. But are they stupid though? Well, not really. And the reason they are not stupid is strongly tied to why I think many of us fall for that ancient wisdom nonsense. You see, human beings, compared to all other species, have a wonderfully complex way of life. There are endless things we invent and discover to sustain that lifestyle. This translates to a need for high-fidelity knowledge transfer from one generation to the next. So even though the chimps win in this case by being independent thinkers, amazingly, the humans win in the long term and overall by leveraging the knowledge passed down from all previous generations. We even judge each other based on our ability to faithfully reproduce the steps of problem solving. This bias plays a huge role in why we are successful at all as a species. And I think this bias in us to trust the demonstrator even when the evidence of reality contradicts them is the same bias that makes many of us be so much into that ancient wisdom nonsense. I think that when we are presented with ancient wisdom sort of stuff, be it secular or religious, it ends up triggering that same bias in us. Instead of skepticism, we meet it with a level of trust that makes it seem like it is the inherited knowledge of generations that is being passed down to us. That's it. That is why so many fall for these nonsense claims masquerading as ancient wisdom. But not you. You are intelligent. You are thoughtful. That is why you support content like this, don't you? Well, this video isn't going to comment on, like, and subscribe to itself, will it, Einstein? This has been The Scientalist. See you guys in the next video.